Let's go. We are live. Tiny Pie Media asking who had calls on Johnny Depp. Calls on Johnny Depp are printing right now, but that's not why we're here. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the markets. We're here to talk about the rebound today. And just now, a minute ago, it came through. Cheryl Sandberg, the COO, is stepping down. COO of Facebook, sorry, or Meta, is stepping down. She's the number two there to Mark Zuckerberg. She's been with the company for a long time in a high profile position, public facing. She's leaving. Facebook dropping on downside watch. We'll talk about that right now with Joel Elconin. So smash that like button. Here we go. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Man, we are in a fast market, Joel. Holy moly! Maybe I guess start with the S&Ps, but then let's head right into Facebook.
Okay, boom. We tried to rally, failed at yesterday's intraday high, snuck in a little bit of Friday's range, and then the Fed told us, hey, no recession. Got a nice rebound. We got about half of those losses back. It just been a real chop fest here over the last 15, 20 minutes. Crude, $3 range, up 50 cents, 115.17. Gold, $22 off the low, $20 off the low, up 260, 1850, 90. Silver headed towards 22, up 20 cents at 21.89. Bitcoin, 32K. That's your new roadblock. We're down $1,500, 30,150. Ethereum futures, they're going the same way, down at 118.50 at 1814.50.
Facebook, Meta. Well, I guess we start calling it Meta, Joel, because they're changing the ticker next week to META.
Well, they are.
Yeah, Meta now down to 185. This thing was at 194 minutes ago. And maybe not minutes ago. That's a bit.
Yeah, minutes ago.
Yeah, all right.
1,
Minutes,
2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6 minutes ago.
Yeah. So the number two, the longtime lieutenant to Mark Zuckerberg, in many ways the public face of the company, Cheryl Sandberg, she's the COO. She's stepping down. I've kind of been wondering whether or not that was going to happen because they've had just an endless stream of bad press for the last I don't know, a couple years now. There've been a number of stories about palace intrigue, about disagreements between her and Zuckerberg. How much of that is true, we'll never really know. But regardless, she is one of the faces of Facebook. No pun intended there. So for her to step down is a big blow. I think she's been how long has she been there? She's been there for a long time. Maybe let's find
Oh,
out.
I think she's been there since the beginning, hasn't she?
Well, not the very beginning, but she has been with Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it, since 2007. 2007? Wow. Oh no, 2008. March 2008. She left Google to join Facebook in 2008.
Take the money and run, right?
Well,
I'm sure she's doing okay, right? I don't know how old she is. Who really cares? What we care about here is the price action, and the street does not like it. We've fallen a swift $6 here, in that since that announcement came out. It's struggling. I mean, I don't like to put a huge emphasis on these things. One executive leaving, the fact that she's been there for a long time, maybe she's not a believer in the metaverse. And you told me they're changing it. So, boom, they're hitting it. And you can see the daily lows on the right. So, pick your poison. You had 3 higher lows after the gap down at the beginning of last week when it got snapped. So if you feel like you missed an entry there, it looks like you're going to get a shot. Maybe at one of these daily lows. I don't have opinion right here. Kind of, I wouldn't sell it in the hole here, and wouldn't step out to buy it right now.
Shelly with the comment of the day. Yep, Cheryl Sandberg is leaving Facebook to move closer to her family in New Jersey. Her and I are going to be neighbors. So no real sympathies off this move, but it is probably going to be the big news of the day. Before that news came out, Joel, you and I were talking about why the market had sort of turned around today. The headline seems to be coming out of the Fed, or I should say, several Fed speakers. I guess via the Beige Book, which is their you know, periodic report that comes out every other month or so or whatever. And
Mhm.
the Beige Book said that the Fed, they don't think we're going into a recession, Joel. We just had one negative quarter or 1 quarter of negative GDP growth. The Fed does not see a second quarter of negative GDP growth. They think we're gonna grow slightly. GDP will grow slightly in the current quarter, which would, I mean, of course, you need two quarters in a row of negative GDP growth for a recession. So the Fed does not think that'll be the case. And or right around the time when that hit, which was what, around noon or around 1. That's when we turned on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
I mean, that's been moving the markets lately. It's been the Fed speak, and there was some talk. I mean, we had some economic data that they hit the market on this morning. But really, if you look at what the big intraday moves as of late, it's because of the Fed speak, and they're saying no recession, no recession. So. The market caught a bid, actually made the low after that. It's gotten back half of the move. Also, you had that ridiculous move on Friday. You had the ridiculous move in after hours on Friday, ridiculous move Sunday night and into Monday. So you were, 130 handles off the real true high for Monday, and you got it a little bit into Friday's range. So people that think that 38.07 50 is gonna be the low of the move, they came in to buy the dip. Also, you got into range. It's some weekly numbers that I was looking at a little bit lower, and I might have tried to buy on weakness instead of back up on strength on the rally. So a lot of different contributed factors here to the rally, and people prepared to buy the dip. I mean, you look at your top components too, right? You got to look at the big boys, right?
sure.
And the
And
big boys,
second day in a row, Joel, for Amazon.
yeah.
I mean, the thing went against it went against the rest of the market yesterday, and it did so again today because we're still
Yeah.
technically red, and Amazon's up 2.5%.
Yeah, I mean, also, I mean, I don't know how many people short the thing, but do you want to be short 20 times as many stock? I mean, stock splits, there tend to be, run ups ahead of stock splits, and it just depends what the situation is. Back when Amazon and Tesla did theirs, it was just, a straight up market and buy, 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 buy. Amazon hit it at a little bit different time with the decline in the market. Street wasn't satisfied with earnings. But people made their claim here with Amazon. Did we talk about 2,500, a clear path up to 2,500? Yes, we might have, because there was a pair of highs right around 2,500. So 24, no, I did not give 2,500. I said 2469.98. Boy, I can't wait till this thing splits. I hate giving all those numbers. You did get to the psychological $2,500 level, backed off a little bit. But hey, are you too late in Amazon here? I don't know. I mean, this has been a huge decline if that's a true bottom in the market. We got a monthly level. 25.24 with last month's high, 25.03.58. So looking good on the monthlies. Another thing too, I mean, you had a look at well, obviously your COVID low was down at 1626, but I mean it got into April's range, right, of 2020. And yeah, they're not, shipping stuff like, the business maybe is declared on the retail end, but I mean, the cloud business is still kicking butt. I mean, they still or a powerful company making a ton of money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day winning streak for Amazon. And I don't think I've ever seen Amazon be the biggest gainer of the top components
Yeah.
2 days in a row. And that's what we're looking at today.
Yeah. Well, it's hard when you have a $2,000 stock. It's hard for a stock to go up a couple $100, right?
I mean, yeah,
I
if
mean,
you want, it is. It
it's
is.
right. That's why the one day, like 5 years ago, when Tilray went from 150 to 300 to 150 back in one day, $150 in one day is a lot for anyone. So $150 is still $150, right? It's a lot of
Wow.
money. So it's hard to move a stock like $100 in a day,
What's
or
going on? I want to see. I want to see. I want to get the. I want to get the Amazon bulls all riled up here. I seem to rile up the AMC bulls yesterday, so why not stick with the A's? And hey, why not go to 2,900? Why not get back half of that move? I mean, that's a kind of a juicy target there, but hey, a retracement of a big move like that. I mean, it's not going to go there overnight. We'll see what happens with the split, but couple strong days. Couple strong days. Was this an update here? Boom. This was an update. Wow, a lot of green here on my data window. Nope. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth update in a row. And when I was talking about the big boys doing the heavy lifting, you got Apple in the green now, Microsoft, nice rebound. That's in the green by a good percentage. Google and Amazon, and then some of the other ones are a little bit more mixed on some of the other components. But hey, when you got the top four components, S&P 500 index, in the green, a little bit in the green, it's hard to keep it down.
All right, looking around the board here, and Salesforce sticks out to me as your big gainer of the day, or your big winner of the day, frankly. And I know it spent the entirety of the morning going down, but it has bounced with the overall market in the last couple hours here, and it's going to end up being the big winner in the S&P 500 index by a mile today. Stock is still up 10%. It's
It
rare.
looks weak though. It looks weak. I mean, look at that.
I don't know. I mean, it held the low of the low there, 174
Yeah.
something, right? I
Um,
mean,
Man, it cut through that 180 like a hot knife
yeah.
through butter, right? We talked about that. So, selling there on the way up, you're going, man, Dennis and Joel just are absolutely stupid. They don't know what they're talking about. It goes to 180, 184. But if you're selling on the way back down, you're saying, man, Joel and Dennis, they're really good guys. They really try and help us out. So it worked up on the way down. There were a couple highs, in that area. I would have been holding out from 185.98. I would have gotten shut down. I got to only 184.82. Just don't like the way it's closing here. On the lows. I don't know if it's going to fill the gap or not, but important to hold the low of the range or of today's range. And also I wanted to check on. I wanted to check on HPQ. They had the earnings today. We talked about that pesky area, and it's holding in there. So maybe Warren in there doing some good buying today. So they're the reasons did not hold up as well.
Okay. Who had it in the chat? Was it Alt Styles? Says I want to talk about the
What is Alt Styles? Is
stocks
that his
reporting.
name? Is he Alt? Is his name Alt Styles, or is it
Yeah,
Alternative Styles?
I don't
Where did he
know.
come up with
Let's
that
talk
name?
about stocks after the close, like Chewy, because every dog has its day. Well, here's the calendar for tonight, and you can see Chewy is probably the big one. Chewy, and I am interested in
Oh,
PVH, and I guess GameStop is what it is. But how is Chewy looking to you, Joel? Does every dog have its day or no?
oh boy, down a buck 31. Oh man. Look at that monthly chart. Uh, you know what? I mean, I wouldn't go long into the report, but what I would, if they slammed it, down to like 20, maybe, take a poke at 22.22, and if it takes that out, what's the all-time low? The all-time low, COVID low, 2062. Couple potential levels. It's the same. This chart, look, It looks so bad. I say it's got to go up off the report. I don't, and it really do not know. If you get a pop, you get a pop up to $28. You might want to have a radar out there. That 27.92. Wow, was yesterday's high. So rough couple days. Street leaning short into the report. So be careful if they come out with any kind of good numbers. Could get a good pop.
And then I want you to look at PVH. They report tonight. I'm interested. I wouldn't have cared about this report at all, but now that we've gotten Express, we had Capri this morning. All these random mall retailers that are just crushing it. I would presume that PVH
Do okay.
do okay. Yeah,
The old Philip Van Heusen shirts, I probably wore those like 100 years ago.
yeah.
Boom. I don't have no idea what the report's going to be, but you got a pesky area here on the upside. If they start to run this thing, boom, you can see all your highs coming in at boom, 75 to 76 looks like a pretty good cap zone area. And then if they decide to whack it, you got a gap fill at 66.27. So going wide in that one.
And just again, this is the calendar for tonight slash tomorrow morning. You can see GameStop, HPE, Hewlett Packard Enterprises, C3AI, Viva, Sienna's tomorrow morning, Hormel Foods is tomorrow morning, Duluth Trading tomorrow morning. So, nothing.
Duluth Trading. I haven't been running those commercials that much lately, have they? I haven't
DL,
seen it. Yeah.
DLCH, right? Yeah, that's a quiet one.
Street leaning long into the report. They better blow it away. I don't know. Anyone cares about this one? Pair of highs at
Nah.
1330. Another pair of highs at 1370. On the downside, if they decide to whack it, you've had what, a little over a $2 move? Let's call it 260, 130. 1150, 1140, 1150. If you want to buy the dip on this one, 1143 was your low from last Thursday.
You know what's interesting to me here, Joel, is the energy stocks. A lot of them just bounced right back
They
from
did.
yesterday. I mean,
They did.
ConocoPhillips. I was watching that thing very closely at this exact time 24 hours ago. Is getting pounded into the close, and
Yeah, we were.
it just gave it. It just got right back.
Yeah. Crude hung in there today. Devon Energy, that held in there pretty good. Couldn't take out yesterday's low. Um, did get back above that number I gave Keith McKinley yesterday, 75.80. You're now posting a new all-time closing high, or yep, probably all-time closing high. So keep an eye on that. That'll be the number. Little light volume today, big volume on the down day, but light volume, little lighter volume on the up day.
Yeah, I'm just like surprised to see that. Frankly, it's the whole oil complex, right? All those energy stocks are, I mean, um, you know, just they all came back, and I just feel like
Yeah,
Valero,
yeah, it was a red candle.
Halliburton, Hess, Baker Hughes, all of them just made it, and it was a good day.
Strong
So
gets stronger.
yeah, and remember, oil was strong. The energy was strong yesterday for the first 3/4 of the day, right? It wasn't until that WSJ report came out that OPEC was going to pump more oil that the
Yep.
stock, but it was strong yesterday for most of the day and strong again today. So
Ooh,
trend clearly your
yeah.
friend.
You know what? You know what I think is helping oil today,
Mm,
offsetting that news? Shanghai,
mm,
China reopening.
yeah, that's certainly helping. That's certainly helping. Speaking of China, you had it is the first day of the month, so you typically get some EV delivery numbers on the first of the month, and we had that for Neo this morning. The stock popped to almost $19. Give all of it back. But the
They all,
reopening trade
yeah.
clearly on in Shanghai.
Should we tell my our triple D story from this morning regarding Tesla? Do you remember that,
Yeah,
Spence?
I mean, that wasn't that
Well, no,
he
it's just that Dennis has. I don't think he had 100 positions, but he had a bunch of positions on, long, short, some edged, and
so here's what happened. I mentioned casually offhand that it's the first day of the month, and typically, well, basically what I just said. On the first of the month, we typically get EV delivery numbers for Neo, Xpeng, Lee, whatever. And then I mentioned haven't seen Tesla's numbers yet. And Dennis goes, wait, what? Is Tesla coming out with delivery numbers today? And I was like, well, I mean, they might, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. And then he's like, okay. And then within 5 seconds, he's like, I'm long. And then with 5 seconds, he's like, all right, I'm out. I sold. And then and then he stepped away from his desk. And then I thought, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, does Tesla do it quarterly or monthly? And then I was like, they might do it quarterly. Then I thought, no, they definitely do it monthly. Anyway, regardless, Tesla has not released their delivery numbers
okay.
for the month of May yet. So I felt really bad because although I did see a headline today from Reuters that they may be delaying the deliveries of their long range models in the U.S. But I'll feel really terrible if Tesla never ends up reporting the May numbers
Now, you know what? It's
because
just
because
that's just
I made
don't feel
then Dennis
terrible.
sold it off of my like offhanded comment, but whatever.
Don't worry. I mean, for him, it's like I mean, that's probably not the easiest stock to keep an eye on, too. I mean,
Yeah,
for things like that. But yeah, no, it's just yeah. You know what? Spitters mentioned, yeah, he covered his Delta short, but early. You know what? But that's what he does.
yeah.
When something when he's a news trader. News moves against him. Oh, look at that Delta. Did I give anybody? I talk about? I did ask him if there was any paper stacked up at 42, and he didn't look at it. Well, it wasn't 42, but 42 and a half. There was a triple top right there 223, 245, 230. We're losing altitude here. Coming into the final, maybe some sell imbalances here, a little scaring money here. We're back trying to settle over 48, 4100. We just dropped a quick 15 handles.
Catching up on how's Facebook doing? It stopped going down. That's the good news. But it is going to close now
Facebook.
squarely in the red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, boy, is that in the middle of nowhere? I
yeah.
mean, like I'm trying to give you guys something here, and it doesn't do me any good to tell you, just under 200 is resistance. And I can't really, I mean, there's really retracements here is funky because you had the big blast. I guess we could do this if you want to, try and look, nah, but then I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with Facebook right now. I don't want to. I don't want to
Mhm.
give you something if oh, 4105 sellers into the close.
Yeah, a little bit there. We are. Oh wow, I didn't even. I looked away for a minute and I look back and every sector but energy is red again.
Flipped, everything
I
flipped.
swear
Yeah.
I swear it was 50-50 a moment ago. And I swear now everything is down except for energy. So
Wow, coming back towards the lows, 4103 now.
oh
Sellers
boy.
on the
All
close.
right. Let's go look. You know what I was surprised, Joel, is DoorDash this morning raised their it was a guidance raise, but
Yeah,
the stock barely moved off it. And then it's almost as if it didn't matter. Actually, this is a common theme today, Joel, because DoorDash and then Delta also gave back all its gains from
I
that. So that was
know.
just a common theme. And then on top of that, and I know I'm going fast here, but we'll do all these one at a time. S&P Global, it made its gain, its losses back. So
Opposite
it
day,
was
right?
it was a buy the rumor, sell the news thing, and
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
this door trash. Man, oh man, it was they weren't buying it off it. I noticed it. It was light volume and had that little bit higher open, and then it cut through the close. I talked about a pair of lows at 75. No, the nephew indicator didn't work today, and it
Yeah.
sliced through that 75 and a half like a hot knife through butter. And then you got down to the 70, a little bit of a bounce. So and we're thrilled with that guidance. And then what's S&P Global?
SPGI. Yeah,
SPGI.
and it gained a good chunk of it back.
It did. It did. Did Dennis get this one? Because
I don't know.
he said three. I think he gave me three. He actually did. He actually did something. He said 303.50. He didn't get there. Yeah, you were just taking a stab in that one. But nice rebound. Almost filled the gap too. Now kind of mid range on the session.
All right, we got 2 minutes left in the day. Any tickers from the chat that we haven't gotten to, please drop them in there. Speak now, or you'll have to wait till tomorrow morning.
Yeah, who
ask
knows
them.
what can happen between now and then?
Yeah, probably nothing. Probably.
Oh yeah, 4102. Let's see if we got anything in here. The Chewy, I mean, if you just wanna, just go like
Oh,
blind.
there's a new one. Not a
Look,
new one. We
what?
haven't talked about Valet for a while. Steel,
Vala.
metals,
This is
aluminum.
yeah, we have not talked about that, huh? I mean, you got to keep an eye. I mean, it's trying to break out 1844, 1848. Man, it was to hide this area too. It looks like it's about half of this move. So need to see it hanging here. Let's take a look at X. X marks the spot. Wow, big decline here. Trying to settle in a little bit. And then we can also look at Nucor. Wow, what a drop. Whew, 120 to or from just under 190 to under 120. So a little bit of a rebound there. Not liking the close here, folks. Really, just not a strong close. The Fed speak is not carrying us through to the closing bell. Oh, S reports. That's true. Oh, got a level for you in S, folks. S mark. This marks the spot. Keep an eye 2720. That's your level. Gets above there. Things open up to the upside. On the downside, they may be buy the dippers in this one since you moved off 18. It's called 1864, 9-point move, 4.5, 2.5, 22.5, 23. Couple lows in that area if you're looking to buy the dip.
All right, 10 seconds left in the day, so I think we're
We're
going to
losing under
call it here.
4,100. Yep, that late afternoon rally turns into a sell fest here in the final few minutes. Facebook probably having a little bit to do with that, and boom, close under 4,100, folks.
All right, there is your bell. Everyone pencils down. That's a wrap on the day. We'll be back tomorrow morning, same place as always, 8 a.m. Eastern, youtube.com/Benzinga. Joel, have a great rest of your night. Everyone,
Okay.
you have a great rest of your night. I'm signing off as well. Drop us a like, smash the like. We appreciate the smashes and the taps and the pounding the likes and the elbow and the finger and the nose and whatever. That's a wrap. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.